Guys, I'm Ray.
And I'm Dad.
And we went to
City Park in New Orleans.
So there they have a Cafe Du Monde, which is a little cafe that has really good beignets and warm drinks. We also went to a sculpture garden and had a lot of fun. So make sure to enjoy.
So we're gonna go check out one of our favorite haunts in New Orleans, although this is a different spot than we usually hit up, but we love ourselves some Cafe Du Monde.
Beignets!
Beignets, as Ray says. All right, let's go ahead and run inside and go grab ourselves some beignets, some cafe au lait, and have a good time. And here we go, so excited. There's our beignets, our coffee, and Ray got herself a hot chocolate. All right, so we're trying out our beignets and I think that's Ray's hot chocolate, my cafe au lait, and our Cafe Du Monde beignets. And Ray's going to try to figure out how to eat one. I'm going to try to figure out how to eat one. Mom's going to try to figure out how to eat one. So
yeah, I'm
going to go ahead and just hand this big one to Mom with the plate, so she can have one over on that side. Now the key is, don't inhale when you're doing this. So hold your breath, take a bite. Oh my goodness, that's good.
Yum.
That is really good. I've been missing beignets for a while. I think the last time we had a beignet was when we were at Disneyland, right? And we got the Mickey beignets. But this one is awesome. I forgot to hold my breath. So, when you eat here, plan on having powdered sugar all over you. All right. Is that good, Ray? Okay, that hits the spot. Okay, we'll see you guys at our next stop. One of our favorite stops whenever we're in New Orleans. It's an outdoor sculpture garden. Usually takes about an hour or so to go through, so we'll give you some of the highlights and some of the really neat and interesting sculptures here. This is one of our favorites. It's a horse made out of driftwood, and it's really beautiful. So this one's called Monkeys, but as we started looking at this, got a little freaked out by the fact that that front monkey, and all the monkeys I guess have human hands. What?
Guess
This is Monkeys from 1998 to 2001. The sculpture was being made by Rana Pondic. Very interesting. So this is one of the famous sculptures here in New Orleans, and famous artist has this theme of a dog. And here's Ray for scale on the sculpture. And it's actually got three sides. So if I walk around from one side, it's red. And I come around, it's blue. And if we keep walking around, Ray's walking around backwards. Thanks, Ray. And there it's yellow. This is one of our favorite sculptures in the whole park as well, besides some of the driftwood sculptures of the horses and the spider. And actually coming up to the next one, I'll show you in a second. So this is called George by George Rodriguez, and We Stand Together. So it's a giant safety pin. So as I mentioned before, this is one of our favorite places to come to whenever we're in New Orleans, is a sculpture park. So it's $5 for Mom and I to come in, and then Ray was free to come in here as well. And there's a lot to see and do in here. Behind me, over my right shoulder is the word man. So these are all made of letters. We'll take another look at that. Going the other way, there's one called Love that's behind me, and there's a spider out there somewhere. We'll have to find the spider in the distance and go take a look at that as well. And just beautiful artwork. These are all letters. This one's called Overflow. And there is the spider person. Check that out. So this is one of the most unique and interesting sculptures here. It's very much like a spider monster. The story goes that the lady who made this, she comes from a family of actually tapestry makers or weavers, and so she said that this represented her family. And you can see it's kind of like some kind of spider monster. They're pretty cool. And I'm corrected, that wasn't called weaver, it's called spider. So it is a spider sculpture over there. So this is kind of interesting. It's just a ladder up to a brick building. This one's called Window with a Ladder, Too Late. Uh-oh, that's not good. Too late for help. It's kind of a cool sculpture. Alright, let's keep going. Love. And this one is really pretty. I think it's the prettiest one I've seen around this circle we're walking around right now, around this big oak tree. Really pretty. We go under the bridge. We're actually, literally the water's staying the same level. And we're actually going under the water here. In other words, this wall is holding the water from getting our feet wet right now. And if I hold this up, you can see, look where my hand is and how far down it is, and the water is just right there. Look, I'm touching the water. So that's pretty cool. It's got a really cool look to it. So you can see where the water is and how much deeper it is than I am. So, or how much higher it is compared to where I'm at. As we're walking by, they made this bit of a tunnel. And a pelican just landed right behind me and made me jump. Hi, Mr. Pelican. That was hilarious. Hi, Mr. Pelican. I think he wanted to photobomb. There he goes. Hi. Whoa. He just wanted to photobomb my video. So now we're coming to the newer side of the park. So there's two sides to this sculpture garden. The newer side, you take this little waterway, or this section that's lower than the lake level that they've carved out and made this little dam or little wall here for us to go underneath. It is a little nerve-wracking because thinking that this could break at any time or it could spill over and we'd be soaked. So, and there's the pelican. Hi, Mr. Pelican. There's a good-looking pelican. Hi, pelican. Down there, yeah, it's really cool. It's got a piece of artwork in some of them. There's our friend the egret on the other side again. All kinds of egrets. And there's the, oh, we woke up the ducks. Sorry, ducks. So our friend the egret has been following us around this lake. So now he's over on this other side where we just got done walking. Look how beautiful. And look at how there's green. I've never noticed there's green around their eyes and on its bill. How beautiful is that? So this is amazing. I've been so excited to see this since I first heard about it. This is a mosaic. It's supposed to look like the rock malachite from what I heard from people. Yep, images come from a malachite mineral rock found in present-day Democratic Republic of Congo. But these are all tiles to mimic that photograph.
If you look up close.
Look at these tiles. There's Ray's hand for scale. Let's see your finger there. So somebody put all these tiles, and there has to be, I don't know how many thousands of tiles here to look like a rock. So as I step back, it's going to look like a photograph of malachite. And you can see Ray and Mom there, and I'm way back. You can see how far back I am to really see this. It's pretty amazing. Wow. That's a lot of work. So this is kind of cool. This reminds me of the guy from the Never-Ending Story, which I had to look up. His name was Gluecock, and he's racing on his racing snail from the Never-Ending Story. So this kind of reminds me of that a bit. This one's called History of the Conquest. This is known as the sun. Hello, ducks. There's a little waterfall across the bridge. More ducks. Lots of ducks, huh, Ray?
So many duckies.
Ducks. Ooh, look, there are rocks. I was excited to see rocks. It's kind of cool. So this bridge that we're about to walk across is based on the 1940s Louisiana Geological Survey maps that were done, where they showed how the Mississippi has moved over time as we walk across. So check this out. So each of these little bands are the Mississippi River through time. The white one on here, I think, is the most recent because it's cross-cutting all the other ones. But this, they took a geologic map and they made it into art, which is so incredibly awesome. And I love that it's on a bridge as we're walking across. It's really, really neat. And the bridge that we're actually on, so I'll get across, I'm going to look back the other way. The bridge that we're actually on is a glass bridge coming across this pond. How neat is that? So this is one of the popular stops on the sculpture garden, but unfortunately we can't walk through. It's basically a mirror maze, but unfortunately they have it closed right now. So we're just going to walk around on the outside of it instead of walking to the inside of it. You can see how incredibly cool that is walking through, and you get an idea. I'm just going to stand at the very front here. I can see all these pictures of me, and look, here's Ray. Where's Ray? There goes Ray. I can see all these pictures of Ray too, because I rocked around. Oh, she's disappeared. So I'll go, here we go. Here goes Ray. Ray, bye. There she goes. So I'm pretty sure this is Frank Gehry. I recognize that name. I think maybe this gentleman also did some stuff in California. Okay, there's the bear. I think it's a bear. Go through the mystical portal that is this sculpture, and she comes around to the other side, and there she is. Hello! It's a face. This one's called the drummer. We were trying to figure out what it is.
It's a drummer. I think it's someone wearing a mask.
But it's almost like it's a homage to the Revolutionary War, maybe, because he's got the old school drumming, but he's got a satchel on the back and some kind of helmet. Not exactly sure what to make of that. They have a Rodin as well. Cool. Pacific Red, number 6. Interesting. One of the things I really like about this park is all the old oak trees and all the old Spanish moss. It's just gorgeous. One of my favorite things about being in City Park is that you have these old oak trees, and in this oak behind me, I believe, is the dueling oak, which is where back in the day, if you had a dispute, you would come here and you duel underneath this oak, and there was a pair of them, and you'd stand at each one. This is the only one that's still left. The other one I think fell down or ended up falling over at some point. But this is the dueling oaks within City Park, and what's so neat about them is they're just beautiful just in themselves. Not to mention the history here is really interesting.
Okay, so we are back from City Park, where we went to Cafe Du Monde and the sculpture garden. I thought it was really cool being able to see all the sculptures and artwork, and also, of course, the beignets. We have to mention the beignets. They're delicious. But overall, I had a nice experience, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we highly recommend going to check out City Park. So City Park is a lot of fun. It's a little hidden gem for folks who aren't used to going to, or maybe first timers at New Orleans. There's a lot to see and do there. We just barely scratched the surface of it. I will say going to the Cafe Du Monde there is great because you just we walked right in, got our cafe au lait and our beignets very quickly, and we're able to find seating. Sometimes that's difficult when you go down to the location in Jackson Square. The sculpture gardens are beautiful. What was your favorite sculpture?
I don't know. I think it's gotta be the dog, because I mean, it's so cool, and I love it, and I love dogs, of course, so.
I like that one, and I like the Deadwood horse one. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, and the malachite mosaic was really cool. So cool.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video, and once you subscribe, press the bell for notifications so you know when we upload a new video, and most of all, enjoy!